it's been so powerful because we push each other so much.
Yeah.
And Alexi is my greatest teacher. She's my guru. We're workout partners that get to have sex. You know? And
bonus.
And I get to rub her booty and kiss on her all the time. And it's amazing because we keep pushing each other. And our relationship, our business, our bank accounts, everything has reflected the work that we're doing as a couple.
Yeah.
It's a game changer. Wow.
It was good. Episode 13 of Leaders Create Leaders. We're here in Venice Beach, and this episode is really exciting for me because out of all the different entrepreneurs and inspiring people that we've had on the show, you know, over time I've been looking for a power couple. I'm like, damn, I want to get like the his and hers, the badass entrepreneurs and thought leaders. And I was, you know, doing a lot of research, and I was able to come across this couple. Their name's Preston Smiles and Alexi Panos. And if you haven't caught their videos on YouTube, I suggest that you get on and check them out because they are extremely inspiring.
We are gonna check out this amazing view with some amazing people. My fiance, soon to be husband, being one of those amazing people. Hi, baby. Hi, boo. That's my boo. All right, so we're in Topanga Canyon right now. Most people come to LA and they see Hollywood and they're like, yeah, LA's okay. Or they come to the beach and they're like, oh, the beach is cool. But they don't see Topanga and the mountains and all this magic that is here. So when I met Preston, the biggest thing that stood out to me was that he was already on this path for himself, and it wasn't something that I was like, you know, come on, babe, like you should study this, you should be interested in this. He was already on it. And that for me was just, it's been a game changer because it's allowed me as a woman and as a leader to really sharpen the saw and better my best constantly because I've got somebody to hold me accountable.
That's beautiful.
It's huge.
Yeah, and for me, the process of manifesting and being in alignment with myself and creating the space for Alexi to come in has been such a big game changer because, you know, for those of us out there who've been single, are single, you have this idea about your one. You have this idea, but you don't really know. And like, I would wane between doubting whether there was somebody, because, you know, I had a mentor of mine once tell me, when I came to him with the same conversation, I said, I feel like every girl I date, I'm teaching. And he said, Jesus was a teacher. He was like, that your lot in life may not be to have somebody that is your equal in that way. And I didn't buy that. Some part of me was like, nah, there's somebody, if I exist, she exists. And being in that process of aligning myself, and then when I met her, it was instantaneous for me. It took her a minute to see how sexy I actually was. You know,
I had to like be drawn into his powers.
Yes, exactly. But for me, it was instantaneous. I knew the moment I met her, I was like, that's it.
But what's more inspiring is how they both, okay, having the same passion, have met each other and fallen in love. They're now about to get married in another week. And they really are just killing it together, and I love that. And you know, I feel like we live in a generation where we're constantly out there looking for significance, you know, the single life, but I really feel like the power couple is coming back, you know what I mean? And for me, you know, as a successful entrepreneur, I've always realized that sharing that success with somebody that you love is way better. The journey becomes so much better because you support each other, you push each other, you motivate each other, and you share things with each other. You grow together, you build together, and there's nothing better than that. You know, there's nothing better than that love, right?
The deepest work you can ever do, and I know you know this because you're in a conscious partnership, is to be with a partner in the most intimate way.
Yeah.
Because they see all your shit, they see your darkness, they see when you're not at your best, and they love you anyway.
Yeah.
And to reveal yourself as a human being to another human being on that level of intimacy is the greatest work you could ever do.
So it's also about the simple things in life, right? Like appreciating the simple things, everything around you, and learning to be grateful. And they do that. You know, everybody has, you know, goes through stress or anxiety and certain things. And Alexi's gonna give us some tips as, you know, how to kind of avoid that.
Human beings are in relationship to everything, to nature, to their car, to the work they do, to their family, to themselves.
Yeah.
And what we do is we start here. We start with a relationship with ourselves. And when we fall in love with this, and we begin to know this, and we begin to peel back the layers of this, it expands the love that we can experience together. Because the more I know myself, the more I know myself in relationship with him, with you, with nature, with the world, because I know myself. So we believe that we're in an age where people don't know themselves.
Yeah.
And that's the work that we're up to, is getting people to really come into relationship with them.
You know, what's happening in the bedroom is affecting the business.
Yeah.
You know, what's happening in your relationship is touching what's happening in your business. And for us, we have a deep understanding that as we go in that personal gym and take a look at, that's why I called her my guru, because some of the stuff and the ways in which she was raised and her agreements trigger me. And some of mine trigger her. And in that, every time we find one of those, what do? We
go, yes.
We say yes, and we make a new conscious agreement around it as a couple. And every time we do that, the muscle gets bigger. And so we're walking around here like we was in prison with a bottle of lotion or something. You know, with these
We've been
big,
just doing curls all day. Can't mess with us.
because we get that it's all connected.
Right? Another thing that we're going to talk about is how to be present. You know, and we live in a generation where we're constantly on our phones. We're constantly trying to catch up to the next big thing, or we want instant gratification. You know, when Alexi and Preston, they talk about, it's like how to be present. Really take your time, like appreciate where you're at in life.
For me, I believe that a lot of the world's suffering right now is because people are out of relationship with themselves. They're out of the inner greatness search, and they're in the outer greatness search. And when we tap into this and we get into alignment with this, we create that sort of bliss and happiness that we're all seeking.
Yeah.
We're all looking for it. And that in turn is that love that we are. We tune into that. When I can see it here, I can see it here. And I can see it here. And I can see it here. And that's when my relationship with the world shifts, is when it shifts here first. I think the first step, and this is steeped in our work, is you don't get what you want, you get what you are. And everybody wants the big life, the one, the money, the success, the fill in the blank.
Yeah.
But you're only ever going to get who and what you are. So when you realize that, and you can start looking at your results in your life and go, oh shit, I need to do a little work. Or, oh, that's working in that area. Okay, cool, let me bring that into this area.
Yes.
So that's the first step.
Because a rising tide raises all ships. So the moment you take care of what's happening over here, because the outer world is a reflection of the inner world.
Always.
Whatever's happening here ends up happening out there.
So
when we raise our own vibration, and a way to do that, and for us, one of the biggest things is with the breath. You know, a lot of people get overwhelmed. They feel anxiety. And the fastest way to come back to center is to breathe. Breathe deeply, all the way into the lower belly.
Like make it expand, which people are always sucking it in, and it's a perfect example of the anxiety and shortness that we live life in, because people are sucking everything in. I'm perfect, everything's fine. Versus grounded.
Yeah, it feels good. This is
right.
love it.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah, and I'll add to that too. Once you take that breath and you really ground to the present moment, silence. Silence. We live in a world where we are so distracted, and it's so
much noise.
So noisy.
Yeah.
And the craziest thing is people don't like silence because it means they have to listen to their own thoughts.
So true.
Right?
It's so true.
I avoided meditation for years because I didn't want to hear myself think. I was like, I don't want to hear it. There's too much. My mind goes a million miles an hour. It's too much.
Yeah.
And when I actually got that meditation didn't have to look like sitting in lotus pose and having my hands like this, and it could be walking on the beach or being in the ocean or sitting with a tree. I got that there's so much power in silence, and it's literally like me plugging into the universe.
But just also your environment is so important. That's why I recommend for any entrepreneur to travel. When you're really stuck, you're trying to figure things out, get out into the world. Step out of your comfort zone. Get out. Come to Venice Beach. Go to travel the world. Go abroad. You know, go and really explore. You know what I mean? Because there's no better way to spark creativity, to spark passion, to spark purpose is by getting out into the real world and getting off of these devices that we all live, you know, constantly.
Because there's something called race-conscious thoughts, you know, and too many people, myself included for a long time, was identifying with every thought. Oh, I must be crazy. Oh, look at that. I had that thought about killing somebody. Whoa, what a crazy thing. Not paying attention to Terminator 2 and all of the other video games and things that I was implementing in my life. You know, what goes up must come down. You know, the law of circulation, everything is circulating on our entire planet. And if we're constantly putting in garbage, the only thing that can come out is more garbage. So we get to become the observer of the thoughts, A. B, then we have to, and this is a big thing for both of us, ask a powerful question.
Yeah.
Because most people ask disempowering questions. They ask, why am I so stupid? Why am I so dumb?
Why am I so broke?
Yes, exactly. And the universe, God, Google, whatever you want to call it, has to answer that. So once we shifted the questioning, you know?
To how you ask the question.
Yes. What good is here that I presently cannot see? You know, you ask a question like that, it must find the answer.
So check it out. Venice has been amazing. Thank you to Alexi and Preston. I'm chilling out in Venice and I'm loving it here. Check it out. If you're new to the Leaders Create Leaders family, I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Welcome to the family. Make sure to comment below. Make sure to share with your friends. Me and Digital Jeff appreciate it. If there's anybody in particular that you want us to interview, let us know. And we out from Venice. Peace.